Hi, Sean said he couldn't make it and you were going to be representing him and going to go through what the Academy objectives are for the year. Is that right? Well, thanks for the food. Yeah, it's a nice place. Really generous of you to pay for it. What? Are you trying to steal a chip? You cheapskate. But, okay. Let's get down to business. Can you tell me what the objectives are for the year, the coming year? It's got to be something. What is it? Okay, I'm going to assume that there aren't any specific objectives, and I'm just going to spend the money as I see fit. And I'm going to go now because you're kind of freaking me out. Well, hello folks, welcome to this Tennis Manager 2022 save. We're back here at the Tennis Academy. I'm the Custard Prophet, and as you have seen, we've got a blank slate really to go at, and you can probably see at the top there that yes, I've spent some money. So I've got the old checkbook out, and we are very close to having a bunch of random stuff arriving at the Academy. It's currently being built, and I'm so excited. After a year of austerity, now is our time. We've got loads and loads to get through in today's episode. We're back for the Australian Open. We want to talk through what we've done in the Academy, what we've spent this money on, and we also want to talk through how we've improved Shaunetta over the winter period for the 4 or 5 weeks we had, and how she got on in her first tournament. So I think perhaps we won't try and do too much in today's episode, but we'll see how we go. So starting off, I think there's only one place to start, surely. It's the Academy. What have we done? What have we done? What have we done with the money? Well, this is what the objectives were, which is really nice. So there is an objective to reach level 1 of the sports centre, but the importance of that is only secondary. So we have had a note saying that the board aren't particularly satisfied with it, but it doesn't really matter because the importance is only secondary. But here you'll notice the status is in progress, and that is because we are making some upgrades to this level 1 sports centre, and I think I've got a strategy to get us to level 1. I think I do. Bear with us, folks, and we'll go with that. Other objectives, financial objectives, there's nothing about staying in a net profit, so that's fine. Only have players with a percentage revenue share of more than 15%, and that is what Shaunetta is at the moment. She's around 50%, so that's all right. And the reputation objective is again secondary, is increase the reputation of the Academy, but you can only really do that by improving, getting more players in, and getting some of that infrastructure sorted out. So let's have a look at what we've done. It took me, I thought about this for a long time, looking at everything, and came to the conclusion what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy the paddle courts. That was, I think, about 35. What was that? 45 grand. That was 45 grand for the paddle courts. We also went for about the same price the clay courts, and the other thing that we bought in was the restaurant. So that's about a month until the restaurant is ready. Very exciting. We get approximately 13 grand every single month from profit from the restaurant. I wish business could be quite that predictable, but you know, we know exactly how many covers we're going to get, apparently. So we're getting that. We're getting 6 grand a month from the paddle court. And what I decided to do was put a little bit of money into the clay court. It will mean we will lose a little bit of money per month because of the clay court, but because our best surface appears to be clay, I felt why not spend a bit of money on the clay court, get that clay court bonus, and that's hopefully going to give us a little bit better in terms of results. That's the plan going forward. So yeah, because we have got, it's a modest thing that we're going to try and get towards, but bear with me with this, because we're getting 20 grand a month and we need to get to that level 1 sports centre. I don't think we're going to achieve that with this, with the paddle court and the clay court, because there are a few other things that we haven't got. But what the plan is now, because we're getting 20 grand every month, is to then spend that money in a couple of months' time on upgrading the indoor court and then the grass court. And in both of these, there's no real... So the grass court, we're losing like 200 quid a month, and this one we're losing 300 quid a month. So in the end of that, when we get that, we'll be losing 500 quid a month. So it's not going to massively cause us to go backwards in terms of getting money and stuff. So that, I think, is the plan going forward. We will get money and be able to upgrade based on having the restaurant and the paddle court. What do you think of that? Is that a good plan? Would you have done something else? That felt like the best thing to do for me. Right, so let's have a look now at Shaunetta. How have we improved her? Well, hopefully looking at those attributes, if you can see them behind my ginormous head. I'll just have a look. Can you see this behind my ginormous head? Most of them. There we go. Out of the way. You will see here some dramatic improvements to some of the attributes. Probably the biggest change is in stamina, which was sitting there at a 6 previously. We're now at a high 8, and I think we just need one endurance training session, and that'll be pushing it up to a 9. So we're really getting that stamina up where we need it to be. But we're also improving a whole bunch of these, and she's now starting to look a player. The service attributes are really looking good. A 14 on accuracy, and I've been focusing more on accuracy than power, because I think that's probably, in the women's game, probably the better of the two. But let me know what you think about that. But also focusing highly on volleying, and we've got that up to an 11. Smashing is up to 10. So all those things that she's going to need to do at the net feels like we are starting to improve. And on this kind of spider diagram thing, you can see that serve is really looking pretty tasty, and we're going to continue to work on that because I want it to be a real weapon. So yeah, thank you for all the advice and suggestions that we've had on what we should do with the attributes and what we should do with the training. There was certainly a lot of people suggesting stamina. I'll have a little look at this, how much the stamina has increased. There's this little thing here, and you can, on the empty one here, you can have a look at individual ones, and you can see here from week 28 of last season, which was, we were sitting at about 6.5. Stamina is now sitting up there in 8.9 or something, but you can see how much it's improved in this period here. So it's a real massive jolt, and we're going to try and continue to do that over the season and get that stamina right up there. You can see some of these other ones are looking at some of the other physical attributes. Stamina's like itching to get to that 9, but some of these others are all going to be doing the same as well. I'm not really focusing a huge amount on sort of forehands and backhands at the minute. I think we do need to improve that, but I don't think that's the focus. And we're going to stick with getting that volleying and the serves even better, because I think that's going to be the place where, given the way we're hoping to play, the way we're trying to play, that's where we need to do things. Yeah, so what do you think about that? Have we done okay? Would you have done something different? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. So, tournaments. We have played one since at the start of the year, because we're coming back now for the Australian Open, which I don't even think I've mentioned yet. And you can see we had a really good result and a really terrible result, which leaves me in a bit of a quandary of not having a clue what to think about where we are. In all honesty, we played the 3rd ranked player, Petra Marchenko. I thought that was a really hard start, and we beat her, and we beat her with great ease, 6-2, 6-4. We looked awesome, and I thought, well, we got through that, and then it opened up, and we played this player who was 106th in the world. It was a home match for her. She's playing in Prague, so that's that probably gives her a boost. And we won the first set easily, and then just had the same thing where we just kind of dropped away in the second two sets. The third set we were better in. I have to say we did pick up a little bit, but it is a bit of a worry, and I don't like it. So we're coming back now for the Australian Open. It's important to get through this first round, because if we don't, then that's just terrible for us. So, as you see, Petra Marchenko, the player we beat, is the top seed in this, but we are a seeded player. This is the first time we've been seeded at a major tournament, which is really cool. I've lost us now. We're somewhere in here. I think we're down the bottom, yeah. So we'll be playing the 85th rank Julia Stusek on the camera today. And then what I'm going to do is probably, if we get through that, play forward off camera the next 2 rounds. If we get through that, I might do another Australian Open episode, because I think it'll be interesting to see how we go. I don't fully know if that's what we're doing yet or not, but let's see how we get on in this first match against Julia Stusek. Now, here it's interesting, and I've tried to figure out what this means. Shape is described as weak. We've got physical condition good, morale good, but shape is described as weak. And I've been trying to work out how to improve shape. I assumed originally it was because she was training too much, but apparently that's not the case. So shape corresponds to the player's level of pace. Depending on the level, shape can impact physical attributes as well as the energy gauge at the start of the match. So I don't really know what that means. I've got a document that I found which describes shape, represents the rhythm and sensation of your player. This is from the people who make this game, so it's in deliberately cryptic writing. It directly impacts certain physical attributes, but it also impacts the progression in training as well as the apprehension of the upcoming matches. So that might be one of the problems we have, because we have this low shape. And obviously if we can improve that, we will progress better in training. So it doesn't appear to be because she's tired. It's something else. There's 5 levels of shape. The bottom one is red, but we are currently in this orange one, so second to bottom. So you need to basically prioritize physical training and, to a minor extent, technical training. And basically, I think then it says to bring the player to the top of his shape, it'll be necessary for you to make a series of matches and performances. So I guess you've got to win games on the trot. It's not really clear what it is, and if anyone's got some better explanation as to exactly what that is, I would be all ears. I may actually go to the developers and just get a clearer explanation as to what it is, because I wonder how much this is impacting our ability to kind of go forward. But anyway, let's play this match, and we'll go forward from here. Come on. I'm hoping we don't have too much in the way of lagging on the game. There is a possibility we might have a little bit today, because I haven't switched it on and off again, basically. So it might be a bit of a problem for that. But I think the main part of the episode really is seeing that first part, and I'm still trying to sort out the lagging issue, which does keep coming back. When I sort it out, it comes back, so I'm not sure why that is. Right, let's get into it. We are playing. She's got a picture, Julia does. She looks quite excitable. She's in excellent form. I mean, one of the problems is we're not great on hard court, so that's a disadvantage immediately. She's in better form than we are, so we need to keep her cool, keep our pressure on the opponent. She's not great at the net. Maybe it's something I need to do, improving the abilities of the drop shots. So she's not particularly fast either. Doesn't have a killer instinct, but she is very good on return. So it's going to be interesting to see how we come out of this. Get to see our new serve in action. I shouldn't have put. I didn't read the second part of that. I just read keep focus. What a dick.
Time. First set.
That's an interesting thing. It starts it on clay and then we suddenly switch to this. I don't know what that's all about. So again, I'm just going to come in. I'm going to make a few changes to what we're doing. So taking that attack balance down a little bit. We're continuing to do this. I keep forgetting to actually make, I'm not sure if I can, but make a default tactic with these like this. And we'll go on. We've been doing all right in first sets and just badly in second sets and third sets in history. So let's see how we do. See we can we push past Julius Dusek and get our first win in a Grand Slam tournament.
15-14.
Good start. It's all gone to
Fault. Second set.
With serve at the minute. We're 15-40 up.
Game.
That was a lovely shot
3
down the line.
games to 2.
I think with the lag there, it even confused me what she was doing. But we've taken a break.
Out. 30-40.
Immediately, it's
Let.
it's back. Let serve. Yeah,
Deuce.
you can really see that lack of pace that she has.
Out. Advantage.
I wonder whether there is something that we can do rally-wise to, force the issue a little bit there. Whether there's something here. I think going for low risk is fine. Yeah, we do want to be coming to the net, but do we try and wrong footer a little bit on the forehand? Let's see, just change that up a bit.
30-40.
We did lose that game, by the way, but we've got a chance to get one back right here. It's 3-all. Well, it has to be said, Shaunetta isn't the fastest either, so...
Advantage.
Yeah, there it is. Go on, Shaunetta.
Second service.
Go on. Decent rally here. There we go. Lovely. So 4-3.
To 3. 15.
He's just struggling on our serve at the minute. It's that return, I think, is the problem.
30-40.
Great ace. Not seen too many of those.
Let. Fault. Second service.
Oh, I thought that was out for sure. Oh, that's a big hit.
4 games scored.
I think what I am going to do here, she does seem to have a bit of power about her. We're going to stand a little bit further back. And maybe even, I'm not sure about her serve, but we'll do that as well. Right, we're going to a tie break. We've not been so good at these recently. Although this looks better. We've got a chance on our serve on the tie break. Just gone for the tee. That's a risky second serve.
Game
gone well long with that. 7-6. Great start. 11 unforced errors doesn't seem terrible today. You'll see our analyst is gone, but someone's doing the analysis, and they seem to be doing just as good job. Maybe it is my grandmother. I don't know. We can't tell. So 10 more winners. Lots more forehand, backhand winners. A lot better there. Unforced errors are too high for my liking on the forehand. Not on the backhand though. So maybe we have a little look. What are we doing on the forehand? Or is it because we're trying to wrong foot them? There's nothing. Looks, we're not really going for anything, so I don't really know what that. Why is the risk? You'd think you'd go. I don't know. Right, let's do that. We don't want anything high risk. Let's do it.
Fault. 30-40.
Well, we've got a chance here. Early days.
Fault. Second service. Deuce.
but didn't get through it.
Advantage.
Go on. Go on.
Second service.
Double fault.
Game.
Yeah.
2 games to
Prediction.
love.
2 love. Now, can we just ease through this?
30,
No, of
40.
course we can't. That's nicely done.
Game.
That was always going to be
2
tricky.
games to 1.
And we were right back on level.
30,
Maybe
40.
not. 30-40.
Foul. Second service. Fault. 3 games to 1.
I didn't say you had to do a double fault under those circumstances.
30, 40.
Good God, what is going on?
Fault. Second service. Fault. 3 games to 2. Fault. 30, 40.
Are we going to have another one? 4th one.
Fault. Second service. Fault. 4 games to 2.
I'm not doing anything. I didn't mean it,
Fault.
honestly.
Second service.
Right.
15, 40.
In the strangest game of tennis you're ever likely to see,
30,
we are now
40.
30-40 up. 5-2 up in this second set.
Fault.
And
Second
we look.
service. Game and second.
How many double faults was that? That was just ridiculous. How many? 11 double faults. 11. And 9 of them in that set. Well, you can kind of see why she struggled. I would have done something about that. I would definitely have done something about that, but she decided not to. Anyway, folks, that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through. I think the next 2 games, if we get through the game in the last 16, what I'll do is come back for the quarterfinals. If we don't, then I'll just kind of wrap up and show and say how we've got on. So just before we go through, just to highlight who we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing this 131st ranked player, Sakaya Ishii. I would hope we get through that, but if anything's gone, if we've got anything to go by in the previous matches, then that's not necessarily the case. And then we'll be playing Isabel Kruger in the last 16. So I'll let you know at that point if we get through against in the last 16, then we'll come back for the quarterfinal match. Right, I'll see you shortly. Well, probably unsurprisingly, considering how things went the previous tournament, it was exactly the same thing. After that very decent performance against Julia Stusek in the first round, we were kind of blown away by Sayaka Ishii. She was just too powerful for us, and it's a problem that I've had quite a few times. It's just not being able to deal with a player's power, and I wonder whether when we go up against these more powerful players that we need to adopt a different strategy, but we don't really have the weapons to kind of go up against someone like that with, you know, a different style of play other than kind of get into the net. But they're just, I guess we don't have the pace either to kind of get close the distance as you know, they try and go down the line and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely food for thought there, but we have got through the first round, which is important. It's probably going to do us no good at all in terms of the race, because I think we have to use that. So we're going to be sitting, we're not going to get a huge amount of points from that, but at least we'll get something. But yeah, it's at the minute, you can see we're only getting points here from these tournaments here, and the Melbourne win down there. So we need to pick up some points in one of these better quality tournaments pretty fast. Yeah, right. Well, a lot of stuff to focus on, a lot of stuff to kind of think about. I feel the improvements we've made to Shaunetta are good. I think they will help her, but I think clearly there's some issues to iron out as well. And I wonder whether some of those are around speed and some of these things, so agility, reflexes, that sort of stuff, whether we need to think a little bit more about upping her physical attributes. Although that shape now is excellent, so I don't know what we did there. Anyway, folks, explain it in the comments. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button, subscribe if we're new, and I will come back for another episode a little bit further on. We'll see how we're getting on after a few tournaments of this improved version of Shaunetta. I'm sure we're going to see clear improvements very soon. See you shortly. Goodbye.